I guess
when he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
okay.
There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
1033 at 1521 hours.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out.
What is your reason?
Step out now. All right. Get on the ground.
No.
Get on the ground.
Look, stop fighting.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
I was putting my hands behind my back.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
I'm fucking tooth and shit, bro. I was doing it, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro.
You have a lawful reason, bro.
Big knife center in here, too.
You gonna throw me going like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off
now,
of you, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's not how it works.
Too late.
It ain't gonna too late.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit.
Sir, your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, sir. Can you back me up to the car so I can clean up?
Shut up.
You bugging my shit, bro.
Young man, William McNeel Jr., that took place in Jacksonville, Florida. That video has spread like wildfire all across social media. The Jacksonville folks there, law enforcement there, they've launched an investigation into what happened there. Joining us right now is Harry Daniels. He represents McNeel. Harry, glad to have you back on the show. Unfortunately, it's always when it comes to one of these stories. And what the hell here? I'm confused. So when you hear him on the video, first of all, before I even get to that, the cops always give one story, then the video tells another story. So they do a report saying they claim they saw a weapon, a knife. But in the video, they tell him to put his hands up. He puts his hands up. He asks for a supervisor, and they proceed to bust the windshield. So what was the logic behind this? They were saying that he didn't have his headlights on in this kind of weather. Was it storming? Was it cloudy? Was it raining? Was it a hurricane?
Yeah. Thanks, Roland, for having me on. I mean, obviously, unfortunate circumstance while I'm here, but thanks for having us on. Being Crumpler myself, I represent Mr. McNeel family in this matter. The law in Florida states that if it's raining, fog, or smoke, then you're required to have your headlamps on. Roland, it was not raining, it was not foggy, nor was it smoking. So he was not required to have his headlamps on. In fact, just recently, the JSO Sheriff Office just released body camera footage. They just released it within the last 30 minutes, and it clearly showed it was not raining, foggy, nor smoky. So the stop was absolutely unlawful, unjustified. I mean, we can expand all day. The knife that he had played no part in it. The video tells the exact story. The sheriff position is that, it doesn't tell the whole story. It tells the entire story. Mr. McNeel clearly was complying with them and asking for a supervisor because he believed what they told him while he was stopped was a lie and not true. It was a lie. In fact, the elements on the video shows it was not raining, foggy, or smoky. So he's now concerned, very afraid of why an officer has pulled him over and told him he's pulling him over, something that he did not do. So first thing, we got to look at the stop and an unlawful stop. The next thing, he's asking for a supervisor. He's clearly asking for a supervisor to come out to the scene, explain it to him. These officers were not hearing it. They broke his window, punched him in his face, pulled him out the car, had him at gunpoint. Apparently what's been told by a client, he was held at gunpoint. We didn't see that video that they released. put him out the car, punched him in the face again, slammed him on the ground, and beat him while he was on the ground. Mr. McNeel suffered from 9 stitches. His tooth went through his lip, a closed head injury, memory loss. Then the next day he goes to court, and the charges of the light, the seatbelt was dismissed. The small amount of marijuana he had in his pocket was dismissed, and they said he pleaded guilty to resisting and driving without a driver's license. All of this for this young man to be beaten the way he was beaten. And Roland, what it shows is exactly what America we in. You know, you try to justify these acts, and you wonder why we keep coming on this show, why myself, and being criminal, other civil rights attorneys keep having these cases. Because, one, the officers, after the incident, they presented a false report to their superiors. They did not even report the use of force to their superiors, particularly that they had to punch him or Mr. McNeel received injuries. So you have a false narrative being played out. Then you try to Monday morning quarterback this thing and say, oh, he have a knife, but he never reached for a knife. He never reached for any weapon. It's not unlawful to have a knife. Hell, he's in Jacksonville. He may need a knife based on some places he go in Jacksonville. That something happened to him. But nevertheless, the video speaks for itself. This is sickening. This young man was beaten for no reason. In Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, the district attorney's office is not doing anything about it. So that's why myself and Ben had to come in and try to get some redress for this family and seek every angle that we can seek to try to bring accountability to this situation. Now, I will tell you, Roland, the sheriff said he have removed the officer from his law enforcement duties at this time, but they clearly stated that there was no criminal act taking place. That's absolutely absurd. If you punch somebody in the face or I punch somebody in the face, we gonna go to jail. We gonna get charged. Just because he wears bad shield of star, don't give him a pass.
So this is where I'm confused. It's a headlight. Are you trying to tell me that a basic headlight required all of that? That's a misdemeanor ticket.
It's not even a misdemeanor. It's a criminal. It's an infraction at all. It's not even considered a crime. It's considered a civil violation, meaning that you cannot be arrested for it. But he got beat for it. And the fact remains that he didn't even violate the rule of law. That infraction itself is a civil violation. The only thing you have to do in civil violations, a seatbelt, $15 fine, headlamps, fine, and him to get out the car. Get out the car. We can talk about all day what the procedure policy, but the fact remains they wanted him out the car because he was a black man driving in Jacksonville, and they want to see, he was engaged in criminal activity. That's his bottom line what happened, and when he refused to do so, they beat him. They beat him.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any other reason watching this. It just makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. And I'm just going, and we talk about this over and over and over again. It's always a basic traffic stop that all of a sudden goes haywire.
Man, we've seen it over and over. We've seen seatbelt violations in Jacksonville that leads to people being killed. We've seen the vicious beating of LaKen Woods, the killing of Jamie Johnson. The list goes on and on. The common denominator you have is a young black male in Jacksonville and enrolled police officers who act as thugs. Jacksonville's not quote, and you can quote me on it, is the most corrupt, the most dangerous police department in the United States of America. They investigate themselves. Nobody's going to find wrongdoing and investigate themselves. And in this situation, the sheriff punted to the lawyers, the district attorney's office to determine criminality. That's not the district attorney's job. That's the law enforcement job to bring the charges and the district attorney to prosecute. But when it's a police officer, got another standard. They should be held to a higher standard. It's a shame. We are seeking all redress. Yeah, we're going to seek redress for the Trump's Department of Justice. We're going to do everything we can do in order to bring accountability. I know a lot of legislators, a lot of representatives are getting involved. The NAACP are mobilizing in this matter, as they should, because this one you can't explain. This kid's never been arrested before. I would have had a picture where he was a band member in the band. I think he made play the trombone. Good kid, never been arrested. And the only reason he pled guilty to resisting arrest and driver's license because he's afraid. He'd never been in jail before. He was scared. He was ready to get out of there. But the fact remains that we should be outraged and disappointed and move to action because we're thankful that Mr. McNeel is here today. But it's been a matter of saying that he did something, he tried to reach for a gun or he did this and they would have shot him dead. So let it be clear. We are pursuing this. This is not a death case, but these are the cases that we pursue so we don't have to get to the death case. I don't take any pride in representing people or want to represent people who have been killed by law enforcement, brutalized by law enforcement. We want to intervene and intercept to stop it from happening, and we need the public support and help to do it. Vote, get rid of people, protest. It's time for a movement for this to stop happening in America.
This is the statement from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We are aware of a video circulating on social media showing a traffic stop represented to be from February 19, 2025. We have launched an internal investigation into it and the circumstances surrounding this incident. We hold our officers to the highest standards and are committed to thoroughly determining exactly what occurred. So why?
That's not true. That statement's not true. They don't hold anybody to standards in Jacksonville. I've got plenty of cases. They whitewashed it, covered up. They don't hold any particular standards. T.K. Waters, an African-American sheriff, he cannot control his agency. He points things over to the district attorney's office, state's attorney's office. He turned blind eyes to things his officers doing. And, and actually it was a case with Jamie Johnson and Lakeith Wood.
What is the, I'm confused. Hold up. You said it's a black sheriff?
Yeah, he's black.
Hold on, there's a black sheriff in Jacksonville. It also jumps out. This was 5 months ago. Why is it coming out now?
Well, if the video came out, they were aware of it. They said they weren't aware of it. That my client to make a complaint. One, he was very afraid. He didn't know what to do. He never been faced in the criminal justice system. Not until he got his lawyers and we try to help him out and get some redress for him. He didn't know what to do. But the fact remains, in the report, they had an opportunity to look at these body cameras. They chose not to look at the body cameras, or if they did look at the body cameras, they covered it up. But now since it's circulated with a video, then they're trying to backtrack. You're trying to backtrack. Oh, we're going to investigate it now. No, you're supposed to investigate it when it happened, long before. But this is T.K. Waters and his administration. And he recently just did an interview before I came on, just for the last 30 minutes. And he basically said that the district attorney's office, the state's attorney's office, found that the officer did not engage in any criminal activity. And when he was questioned by the reporters about the circle punch, he got very defensive, didn't want to talk about it. He basically ran from it. So we need to make sure we hold him accountable as the sheriff, as same as the person we hold accountable that did the punching.
So, wait a minute. So he's making excuses?
Oh, he said listen, Mark, Roland, he punted it. He said that he allowed the district attorney or the state's attorney's office to look at to determine there was no criminal charges. But he suspended or put the officers on administrative leave or remove him from his duties. He have no police functions whatsoever. But he don't have the courage to do right by the citizens that put him in office. And unfortunately, the black people, majority of the time in Jacksonville, are terrorized by Jacksonville Sheriff's Office under his watch. And he continually to punt. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office are not investigated by an outside agency. There's no outside agency. Roland, let me ask you this question. How can you make a determination in one day that the acts were non-criminal when you did not even question the victim in the case? What type of investigation is that? It's not one. It's a whitewash cover-up to try to divert. But we ain't going anywhere. We coming down there Wednesday for a press conference right in front of their sheriff's office and demand accountability.
This is some of the news conference where the sheriff talked. Roll it.
And from our Director of Homeland Security and Investigations, our integrity unit also falls underneath him. That's why he's joining me up here this evening. Today, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is releasing information regarding the circumstances of William Anthony McNeel Jr.'s arrest on February 19th of 2025. Yesterday, while I was in church, JSO became aware that cell phone camera footage purportedly of this arrest was circulating on social media. At my direction, the agency immediately began both a criminal and administrative review of the officer's actions. These administrative reviews are ongoing, but the State Attorney's Office has determined that none of the involved officers violated criminal law. Even though the administrative review has yet to be completed, we are releasing the body-worn camera footage today because Officer Bowers has consented to its release and waived his officer's Bill of Rights pertaining to the discrete piece of evidence. Because the administrative review is pending, the officer's Bill of Rights prevents me from releasing any additional information beyond these videos, as it is confidential under Florida Statute 112.532. As JSO's leader, I have vowed to be open and transparent with the public that we serve. Whether the information shared reflects well in this agency or not, I have always done my very best to tell the public exactly what's going on within the agency. When there are allegations of officer misconduct, our agency thoroughly investigates those allegations. When allegations of officer misconduct are sustained, we hold officers accountable, as I've done many times in the past. In this case, the cell phone camera footage that began viral circulation over the weekend does not comprehensively capture the circumstances surrounding this incident, and that is to be expected. Part of that stems from the distance and perspective of the recording cell phone camera. Another part of it stems from the fact that the cell phone camera did not capture the events that preceded Officer Bowers' decision to arrest McNeel. Moreover, cameras can only capture what can be seen and heard. So much context and depth are absent from recorded footage because the camera simply cannot capture what is known to the people depicted in it. As a 33-year law enforcement officer, I understand the importance of thorough and complete investigations. One piece of evidence considered in a vacuum without any context can lead to skewed conclusions. When incomplete cell phone camera footage becomes the basis on which public opinion turns, the results can be equally faulty. A rush to judgment, whether it be in a criminal investigation or in a court of public opinion, can lead to flawed conclusions. Tonight, I'm sharing the footage from the body-worn cameras of the arresting officer, Officer D. Bowers, and two of the assisting officers, Officer D. Miller and Officer G. Curse, so that the public has more complete understanding of this incident. Before I deliver the currently available information and play the relevant body-worn camera, I want to be clear about something. Yes, there absolutely was force used by the arresting officers, and yes, that force is ugly. But as I've said many times before, the reality is that all force, all violence is ugly. And just because force is ugly does not mean it's unlawful or contrary to policy. But moreover, I want to provide the public with some background information pertinent to this incident. Since January 1st, 2025, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has been involved in 38,805 traffic stops. Even as I speak, that number is climbing. The overwhelming majority of these tens of thousands of traffic stops were made without incident. After this traffic stop on February 19, 2025, McNeel was arrested for resisting.
All right, so, okay, I listened to all of that. Now, one of the things that he says, Harry, is that, they didn't do anything criminal. Well, did they violate department policy? I mean, everything doesn't rise to criminal. And then to sit here and say, well, you really can't tell just by this particular video. Okay, fine, explain to us then.
That's real sad. And this man, how many years of law enforcement he say he had?
33 years.
And he can't determine a assault and battery by somebody getting punched in the face is not provoked. That tells me that his ass need to be fired or resign.
So here's what he did. So he said, at least the body cam footage. This is from First Coast News here. So he says, well, we need to have the proper context. This is one of the officers getting out of the car. All right, so let's go ahead and play this.
Can you unlock the door and step out? I will. Can you step out? You're being done. There's a traffic stop being conducted. You're required to comply. So, yes. Correct. Huh? Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess, talked to you? Yeah. Okay.
And I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
okay.
There's multiple people there.
Okay, that's still a legitimate reason to pull somebody over.
There's no reason.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on. Huh? Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will. Huh? All right, go for it.
All right, so I want to stop it right there. So already there's an officer on the scene. This other officer comes up, and then he says, "Oh, you're resisting." Well, we know from his body cam, from his footage, that he wasn't resisting. He was talking to them the whole time. Now
You can't resist an unlawful arrest.
Now this officer is sitting here. I mean, he's talking to him. Both are having a conversation. Then all of a sudden, from this body cam footage we see here, he basically gives them the order, "Okay, y'all go ahead and bust the window." Well, we know from your client's video, he simply requested to talk to a supervisor. So was this guy here, the angle we see, was he a supervisor?
No, he wasn't. It was not. They refused to bring the supervisor to the scene.
So then we see the pulling up. So if I roll a video, we've got one car on the scene, car just pulls up, another car. So we now have 3 police cars. Looks like more are on the way for a headlight traffic stop.
There's about 5 or 6 police cars that came out there.
Wow.
Complete waste of resources for a black man that didn't have his headlights on during the day.
I mean,
and if you notice, they came up, they didn't have their headlights on either.
I mean, I'm just trying to. So now we see right here. Okay, so then they're unbuckling him. His hands are up. They're pulling him out of the car. Then all of a sudden, that's when he got punched, and now they're slamming him to the ground. I'm for your headlights not being on. So we've got 4 officers detaining him, and 1 guy standing there. So we got 5 cops because your headlights are not on. Wow.
Don't forget during the day. You keep during the day. The headlights not on during the day.
Wow. And we did see some drops on his windshield, but right now it's not raining right now.
It's not raining. That's what he told me. It's not raining.
Wow. This is.
Look at that. His headlight is not on. When you see on the video, it's a pretext for unlawful stop. Whatever the reason they want to stop him for, they tried to make it up. They say they didn't have a seatbelt on. You can see the video, they had a seatbelt on. I mean, this is bad. And it shows what people have been saying for years, that these unwarranted police plus pretextual stops that lead into these black men and people being shot and killed by the police, and they try to whitewash it and try to create this own narrative that XYZ was happening, none of it was happening. Roland, they got caught. They didn't know the video was running. And when they found out the video was running, you see at the end of the video, the officer reaches and turns it off. Yeah, they got caught. They got caught. And it's time for them to get caught, because it's time for accountability. The Jacksonville Sheriff Office and the city of Jacksonville need a complete makeover. And we plan on to do everything we can do to give them that makeover.
And I think this is the body cam footage of the officer that grabbed him.
That's the striking officer body cam.
All right, guys, turn this video audio up.
And you can see here when he.
So if y'all just saw that, no, stay it on here. I want you to see what he just did. It's at the 110 mark. You're going to see He asked for a supervisor. He asked for a supervisor, and then all of a sudden, he asked for a supervisor twice or three. Watch this here. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm telling you why I pull you over. Give me your driver's license. Call your supervisor. Then why? Excuse me? Call your supervisor. Why'd you put me over? Then right there. Signal 35, requesting backup, uncooperative adult driver. The fact of the matter is, he is cooperating. Keep rolling. Turn it up.
You see the car pull up with no headlights on?
Right.
Sir, it's your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window.
No windshield wipers on?
Open the door and exit,
Nothing.
or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. No, he's under arrest. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
All right. Harry, I noticed nowhere on those two body cam videos did I ever hear somebody mention knife.
They didn't know his knife was there. They didn't know that. They didn't see a knife. After the fact, when they searched the vehicle, when they got him in, placed him in handcuffs in the car, then they searched the vehicle and they found a knife. They didn't know about any knife or anything. That was a narrative after the fact that to try to justify their acts. But the video shows the body, not the body camera, but the cell phone footage shows that he never reached down. He was complying with them. When they broke the window, he stood right there. He made no sudden moves. It was completely unwarranted and unprovoked. So, this is This is the America we live in. That some law enforcement officers, and I respect law enforcement officers, the good ones, that do their job every day, a difficult job it may be, but the ones that's the bad apples, we need to remove them because they spoiled a bunch. And this officer, in this case, this thug in this case, broke the window, punched him in his face, pulled him out of the car, and he punched him again. Let's not talk. We're talking about the second. He punched him twice, slammed him on the ground, and they continued to beat him when he was on the ground. No justification, and we look forward to doing our job here. It's this one case that men and I we're locked in on. We locked in on all our cases, but it's something that we need to address. It's not a death case. It's not a police-involved shooting case, but it's equally important because these cases that we attack and we weed out those officers and change policies, then we may not have to reach the death cases that we do across this country.
All right, Ben. Harry Daniels, we surely appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Roland. Take care, man.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.